my phone there. I'm not sat slanted. I'm a social anxiety coach. And I decided to do this live stream right now because it's one of the fundamental realizations that I've had over the past couple of years that's helped out almost all of the clients who I've been coaching. It's not about what you're doing in life. It's about why you're doing it. The place that it's coming from. The reason behind you doing the actions and activities that you're doing. So, let's imagine that you're currently chasing money. You're chasing money, trying to stack the checks and become rich. In my opinion and my experience, doing this makes you miserable, makes you sad, and you feel like you've sacrificed your soul, you've lost your power. Psychologically, it's not good to do this. This is the reason why. If you're chasing money, what you're doing is you're telling yourself that you're not enough right now, and you're putting something which is outside of you above your own mental health. You're saying that I'm willing to feel sad, miserable, not feel great in order to achieve this thing. And only when I have this thing can I then be happy. You're using that thing you don't have, money in this example, as a barrel, and you're hanging that barrel over your own head. Imagine that you're a jockey and a horse at the same time. So part of your brain is the jockey and part of it's the horse. You're essentially whipping yourself and dragging yourself through the mud in order to achieve some external goals. The message that you're communicating to yourself is that you don't deserve to be happy right now. You can only be happy if you achieve this result. If you get this thing into your life, that's the only way in which I'm going to allow you to be happy. Now imagine if you had a really, really close friend and you treated them in this way. Don't be happy, be miserable until you've achieved this. I don't want to see a smile from you. I want you to be sad and miserable unless you can achieve this thing. You're only worthy if you can succeed in this mission. You wouldn't do it. And if your friend was to accept that kind of treatment, of course your friend would feel miserable. You wouldn't let somebody else treat you like this, so why would you allow yourself to treat yourself in this way? It's a lack of self-love, a lack of self-kindness. That's what it is. So making money your false god and chasing it is not going to lead to happiness. It's going to have the opposite effect. The same with other things that you might be chasing. For example, maybe you're chasing a partner. You want an ideal relationship and you're chasing it. You're making your life revolve around achieving this thing. In other words, you're going out there and taking action for the purpose of finding a partner. This is the same as going out there for the purpose of making money, if that's the purpose. And again, just in the same way, as chasing money isn't psychologically healthy, chasing a partner isn't psychologically healthy either. It's going to reaffirm the fact that you don't currently have somebody, so you'll feel even more alone. If you don't succeed right away, you might get frustrated and you might build up resentment, bitterness. You would come across a lot more needy. And even if you got that thing which you desired, you still wouldn't be happy because of the way in which you achieved it. What you had to put yourself through to achieve it. You don't need to put yourself through suffering in this way to achieve what you want to achieve in life. So again, you'd be putting a relationship above your own mental health and sense of self-worth. You're treating yourself like a jockey. It's like a jockey whipping a horse. And again, you'd feel miserable. So if you make your life revolve around the false god of a relationship, again, you're going to be losing power. So let's be clear here to make sure that I don't confuse anybody. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to make money. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to find a quality relationship. These are good things, but it's about the place it's coming from and how you're treating yourself in general. The more power you give to these things which you don't have, money, relationship, etc., the more power you lose from yourself. I believe that it's much more important to put your mental health first and actually enjoy your life. You can achieve these things from a different place and be a lot happier in the process. For example, I'll use myself. So I have a coaching business. I'm helping people with social anxiety. I do live events in Birmingham every month, and these coffee socials that are getting popular. Of course, I do social media and I do one-to-one coaching. These are the main things that I do. My purpose is to help people with social anxiety, people who are struggling with mental health, get them into a really good place. Get them living a disciplined lifestyle, moving forwards, and make sure that they're happy during the process. And also to be free and happy myself. That's my purpose, that's my focus. So you could say that that's what my life pivots and revolves around. And what this means is that, let's say that I'm chatting to somebody who wants to work with me and they're willing to pay me. Like, Phil, I can pay you £200 for a one-to-one session and do this every single month. I'm not going to automatically say yes to this person. If I was to do that, that would be me chasing the money, being afraid of money, being bullied by money, holding money as a barrel over my own head. I'm not going to do that. So what my mindset's different. I say to myself that I'm pursuing my purpose in life and I'm open to win-win situations. So if I come across somebody, get speaking to them, and it feels good, I'm confident that I can help this person out from my experience. they're a good person as well. They have a good attitude, good ethics, and it feels right. Of course, I want to help that person out. And of course, I deserve to get paid in the process for doing that. But if it doesn't feel right and um, it's not going to boost my mental health, I'm not going to do it. So if there's a client with a bad attitude, they're offering to pay me the money, but I know that it's going to stress me out because of the person's attitude, then I'll tell them that I'm not the right coach for them. Doesn't feel right for me, but I appreciate the offer. Maybe in the future we can work together, but it doesn't feel right now. So following your purpose rather than chasing the money. In the same way, if I went on a date with a girl who caught my eye and there was just a disconnect there, I'm not feeling it. I don't feel moved by that person. I don't feel that there's much of a natural connection, or I don't like the person's attitude. I'm not going to say yes, because even though you're getting a relationship, you're also losing quite a bit of yourself in the process. You're taking a hit to your mental health, and it's just not worth it. You want to be unbuyable. You're not going to be bought by the temptation of a relationship if it's not right for you. You're not going to be bought by the temptation of making some cash if it's not right for you. So I'm open to win-win situations. If I meet a really nice girl and we get on great, I like her and she likes me, of course I'm open to exploring that developing further. But I'm not desperate to make that happen. And if someone isn't right, I'm happy to say no because my mental health comes first. And think about the consequences of saying yes when you don't really want to say yes. In the context of a relationship with a partner, you might end up in a toxic relationship, one which is really damaging, where you feel miserable, you're less happy, you're not yourself, you feel that you're under the thumb, you're not able to do the things you enjoy. You don't want that. And if you said yes to that person, what you're doing is you're losing your own power and you're consenting to putting up with abusive behavior. And that's not entirely on the other person. It might be self abuse. You being with someone that actually isn't right for you and just staying there and tolerating it. They might be a nice person, but it's not right for you. The feeling's not there. It should be fair on you and fair on the other person. It's nice to be kind to other people and also kind to yourself. And I think the optimum is to be equally kind to others as you are to yourself, to be balanced. And this is a balance that I do my best to achieve personally. The same with money. If it's something which you actually enjoy doing, you're going to get value from it yourself, then it's fine. It's the energy exchange. You're giving energy out and you're getting energy back. It feels good to help other people out. And it feels like, in my case, when clients that I want to work with are paying me, it feels like I'm being sponsored to live my purpose. That's how it feels to me. There's just a good gut feeling about it. But there's times where I've had the offers and it's not felt right. There's just the gut feelings telling me that there's something off. And when I've said no, I've always felt better afterwards in those situations. So the great thing is, when it comes to decision making, your gut feeling always keeps you in the ring of truth. It's usually right. It's there for a reason. If you think about it, we're highly specialized and evolved machines as human beings. We have a lot of genetic material, and I think if you stretch out all the DNA in our body, the scale of it's crazy. It would go around the world a couple of times. There's so much of it, and we've evolved over many, many, many millions of years. The gut feeling is there for a reason. It's not some random artifacts, some bit of noise. It's there for a reason. And when you honor your own gut feeling, you don't lose your power. So to reclaim lost power, it's great to ask yourself the question, why you're doing what you're currently doing in life. Are you working in a job that you don't want to work in because you believe that you have to? Maybe you're trying to please your parents. Maybe you're a bit lost and you're not sure what your purpose is yet. Maybe you're in a relationship that you don't want to be in. Or maybe you're single, but you're not happy in yourself just being single. In those cases, there's something a bit off. Something that can be changed. You can be happy being single. I'm single at the moment. I'm really happy in life. You don't need somebody else to be happy. And the key word there is need. Because needing is like desperation. It's a really, really strong word. In my opinion, my belief is that it's much better to appreciate having someone in your life than need somebody to be in your life. It's a lot more empowering. The person in your life is the bonus, the icing on the cake, not the cake itself. The sprinkles on the ice cream, not the ice cream. So ideally, you want to be completely happy in yourself, not need anybody else to feel complete. Go out there, enjoy yourself, allow yourself to meet somebody when the time's right, and just be open to win-win situations. Allow things to happen naturally rather than trying to desperately force them. Trying to desperately force anything is usually a sign that there's something not quite right. A belief, probably. Or maybe you're being controlled by a fear. And when you overcome that fear, you won't find yourself desperately trying to force things. And I know about these things because I fell into the traps myself. I've tried to go out there and desperately meet somebody. I've tried that many, many, many years of doing that, and I found a better way. I tried to chase money, didn't work out, didn't feel happy doing it. Now I've found a better way. So I'm talking about these things because I've experienced the negative side of doing things the wrong way and the positive side of doing things the right way. And when it comes to career, in my opinion, the best way to approach it is to do something that you actually enjoy. Not something to please your parents, to fit in with society's standards, someone else's agenda. Not something because you feel you really have to do something and there's a desperate pressure there, but something that you choose to do because you enjoy it. It's rewarding, there's purpose there. And ideally, something which plays to your natural strengths, something which you're naturally good at as well. If you find something which you're naturally good at and you enjoy doing it, you're going to be a lot happier in your career, because the reason you're going out there and working is to do something that you enjoy, and you're not going to be crazy stressed out because you're actually good at it. You have a natural ability. So you're not going to be mediocre. You're not going to limit your own potential. You can go really, really far because you've picked the right thing for you. You're a great fit for what you're doing. So just like you're going to be a great fit for your ideal partner, you're going to be a great fit for your ideal job. So it's not about trying to force it. It's about allowing yourself to find what's right for you. And this is the approach that I take to live streams, for example. I don't have a script. I just speak from the heart, speak from experience, focus on helping people, and also feeling good doing what I'm doing. I'm not chasing views. I'm not chasing subscribers. I'm not selling my soul in the process. I'm sure you can imagine being a YouTube channel, a small growing YouTube channel. I get emails on pretty much a daily basis with people offering things, offering services, optimize video titles and descriptions to get more views, buy this, buy that, all kinds of inorganic, unnatural ways to grow a social media channel. I get offered these things all the time. For example, people will say things like you can use an app called Tube Boost, where you basically subscribe to loads of random channels and they subscribe back to you. So your subscribers grow and the algorithm pushes your videos out to more people. But the problem with that for me is that it doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good, so I'm not going to do it. That will be me selling my soul. And I'm using quite harsh wording, but wouldn't feel good, so would feel a bit fake, would feel a bit forced, and it would go against my teachings and my principles. In the same way, people with a YouTube channel my size, they often go down the wrong path of paying somebody who writes them scripts, hooks to draw audiences in, scripts to keep people engaged. And it's very, very, very forced. And to me, that would be like desperately trying to chase and force something. I don't need to do that. I'm happy and content being myself. And I view, what is my purpose on YouTube? Why am I doing it? So my role is to lead people down the right path, especially people with social anxiety, and put them on the right path and lead them down that path for long enough for them to transform. I know that it's not overnight. It's a journey. It takes time. It isn't always going to be easy. But that's my goal, to lead people on the right path, a better path, for long enough to truly transform. And to enjoy the whole process of doing that. So the key thing is, when you have your purpose, you have your goal, your way of doing things, not getting sucked in to the wrong paths. And me doing things the way that I'm doing them, it is working. It's been working for a long time at my events. So I have a decent number of clients that I'm coaching. Coaching a guy with social anxiety this evening. Also coaching a long-term client on Saturday and a new client on Sunday. All from my in-person events. And I just put them on some years ago to help people out, not thinking too much about it, and it just naturally went the way that it went. Didn't have to force it, didn't have to desperately try and make something happen. It was just the natural path that my group for events took. It just grew, and carried on growing, and it's still getting better every single month. With the YouTube, I've had a bunch of people email me saying that they like my videos, it's helping them, and they're interested in doing the coaching. So what this shows is that you don't need to sell yourself out in life and chase things, whether it's money, relationships, views, subscribers, which is like chasing fame, if that's what you was doing. Instead, allow yourself to be happy now and remain happy throughout your journey. Don't chase false gods. Don't make your life revolve around something which you don't currently have. Focus on following your purpose, enjoying the journey. And when you do this, you'll be so much more content, and you'll notice that good things just start to come into your life at a pace which is right for you. If you enjoyed this live stream, I don't need anybody to like and subscribe to my channel, but you're very, very welcome to do this if it feels right for you. And also, I do private one-to-one coaching and live events. If this appeals to you, you're very welcome to drop me an email and we can get on a call. Until next time, I hope that you have a great rest of your day.